Good evening. Welcome to Mixed Bag. Tonight is a live homegrown music concert. During the concert, I'll take your membership pledge calls at 1-877-700-9842. And our Master of Ceremonies is ready, George Graham, in Studio A. Come in.
Good evening and welcome to another Homegrown Music concert here on WVIA-FM. We have a wonderful singer-songwriter seated at the piano right now. I first met him several years ago when he was part of a duo called Dan and Joe and sometimes Mo. And they did some songs together, but recently he released a CD called Wild Heart Rodeo, and he's just an amazing songwriter, great storyteller in song. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dan Pelletier.
Thank you, George, and thank you, WVIA and WVYA, and all the volunteers, and certainly all the members who are coming out to support live music and the station here tonight. Appreciate it very much. Well, every good folk singer should have a protest song. I tried to write a protest song, and all that came out was this sort of griping and complaining song. Because it's hard to write a protest song against your own children. As I stand here with my elbows in the sink, doubt if Socrates and Plato would do the dishes while they'd think. Well, I'd like to have some friends over for philosophy and drink, but it's getting late and I got to go and catch my 20 winks. It's a long day all day, a long day all day long. And oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong when I had to give up sleep to find the time to write this song. Well, Lord, I must be doing something wrong. Now, could Einstein find time for E is MC squared with this relatively large pile of laundry on the chair? Would he have the energy and would he have even cared? Oh, Lord, I must be doing something wrong. And I believe that Thomas Edison must have had some household help, or his inventions would have lay like mine untouched upon the shelf. If Dr. Schweitzer's hut had not been swept by someone else, would he have sometimes said, "Hey, sorry, I'm not feeling well myself. It's a long day all day, a long day all day long. And oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong when I had to give up food to find the time to write this song. Well, Lord, I must be doing something wrong. And could polio have outrun a tired Jonas Salk? And would a William Jennings Bryan speech have turned into just talk? And would Martin Luther King say, "Let's take the bus, I'm much too tired to walk"? Oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong. If Elizabeth Browning had a full-time job and half the home, could she have ever found a moment's peace to write a decent poem? I think I know why Garbo said, "I want to be alone." Oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong. Could Marie Curie have done anything at all when the 8-year-old needs homework help and the baby starts to bawl? Would good old Paul Bunyan have the time to grow so tall if he was always cleaning up the mess that Babe left in the hall? It's a long day all day, a long day all day long. And oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong when I had to give up sex to find a time to write this song. Oh Lord, I must be doing something wrong. And did Daniel Boone ever sew his own coonskin cap? And could Christopher Columbus sail with a kid upon his lap? I'd like to change the world, but what I really need's a nap. Oh Lord, I must be doing something. Lord, I must be doing something. Lord, I must be doing something wrong. Thanks and welcome. How many cat people do we have out there? Dog people? Guinea pig people? Got one guinea pig person. Well, my ex-wife and I had a sort of a mixed marriage, because I come from dog people, and she comes from tropical fish people. Kind of people who don't mind having a pet as long as it stays in its little glass enclosed tank and doesn't interact with the actual humans. the cheering for the pets that stay in the tank. That's... Well, so when we moved in together, we compromised and we got a cat, which was never happy staying in the little glass tank, by the way. It was very... But so, this is a little tender little love song for the cat. She was my better half, but that's love for you. She was the better man, she had the better lawyer. So now I sit alone in this empty flat. Got a newspaper, a goldfish bowl, and this big old yellow cat. And it's you and me, cat. We gotta stick together, it's you and me, cat. We only got each other, it's you and me, cat. Till we find another lover. She was right, I guess, I was wrong. But now I'm right where I belong. That's alright, we'll still get along. Side by side, cat, we can still be strong. 'Cause it's you and me, cat. We gotta stick together, it's you and me, cat. We only got each other, it's you and me, cat. Till we find another lover. She took my TV, she took my VCR, she took my money, she took my brand new car, she took my stereo, she took it all. She took the bed, the books, the couch, the chair, the phone, the basketball. And it's you and me, cat. We gotta stick together, it's you and me, cat. We only got each other, it's you and me, cat. Till we find another lover. And maybe we could take a little trip into the park. You wrap your kitty leash around a woman tall and dark. I'll start a conversation, we'll try to start a spark. See if we can make a little meeting of the hearts. What's that I hear? Is that a knocking at my door? Oh, thank God, I swear I can't stand this loneliness no more. I'm sitting here talking to a damn cat. That's life for you. Hey, it's a woman at the door. Tall and blonde and beautiful. With a court order? It's you and me, fish. Imagine that. It's you and me, fish. We're busted flat, it's you and me, fish. Until we find another cat. So I was down in Florida a while back. I was talking to a gentleman down there, older gentleman who had been a navigator on an Air Force bomber in World War II. We were looking up at the stars and the moon, and he told me, you know, you can't navigate by the moon. He said it's too close to the Earth. And you're affected by the angle from the Earth to the surface of the Earth and the Earth to the center of the Earth, and so it makes it a poor navigational guide. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, as a songwriter, I'm thinking, this is songwriting gold, you know. The moon, the symbol of romantic love, is unreliable as a guide. On a clear and cloudless night, you can steer by the stars. When the time of year is right, you can guide by Venus and by Mars. These are faithful guides, they'll never steer you wrong, never drive you to the rocks or to your unrun. But if you ever find yourself out on the sea alone, don't ever trust the moon. You were standing in the moonlight, air fell softly round your face, and I lost all sense of direction, all ideas of time and space. My compass screamed a warning, but I was blinded by the night's big bright balloon. I took a lunar bearing, followed straight until the morning. Don't ever trust the moon. She lies in her place, a wry smile on her wicked face, drawing every lover's heart. Way out on the open sea, all the lunatics like me are dashed upon the rocks and broken apart. As a gentle south wind carries me till I feel the subtle shift, and I redraw my bearings, compensate for tides and drift. The moon's a fickle beacon, never changing in her text, and I suffer the disorienting effects of parallax. She's much too close, so my head spins round and round, and I am tempest tossed and torn, seeking out some solid ground. She's no innocent pretender, she knows exactly what she's doing. Don't ever trust the moon. It's on a clear and cloudless night, you can steer by the stars. When the time of year is right, you can guide by Venus and by Mars. But a shining face at midnight may have something there to hide, and a sweet smile in the twilight may yet shield a darker side. Keep your eyes fixed on the heavens, and you'll be home safe and soon. But don't ever trust the moon. Don't ever trust the moon. Don't ever trust the moon.
Well, you know, my real ambition in life was to have been born about 80 years ago. Times of the Gershwins and the like, and Irving Berlin. Play all these cool songs with these interesting chords.
Well, there was a promise of sunshine whenever it rained, a touch of the fancy, everything plain. The water I drank bore the hint of champagne, and all that was different was you. I could feel the spring bursting up under the snow. Though the tide turned against me, I could go with the flow, 'cause my leaky boat was much easier to row, and all that was different was you. Sun came up, world went round, but nothing ever used to get me down. Now the world goes round, but does not shine, 'cause I'm not yours and you're not mine. I was the richest of men, now I don't have a sound. Never a dull moment, no, they're all that way now. I had all the same troubles, but I sailed through somehow. And all that was different was you. Now my silver linings have started to fade. I look through rose-colored fragments at mistakes I have made. with my cloud-covered moon and my bursted balloon, all alone in my rain dawn parade. There was a promise of sunshine whenever it rained, touch of the fancy in everything plain. The water I drank bore the hint of champagne, and all that was different, all that was different, all that was different, the only thing different, all that was different was you.
I like this, the woman in the arm sling here, clapping with the one hand on it. It's going all out. Thanks, I appreciate that. You know, when I first sang the Cat song for Brendan Milburn of Groove Lily, he told me, you know what I like about you, Dan? He said, other songwriters, they write these songs that, you know, oh, my life is so miserable. And he said, you write these songs, oh, my life is so miserable, and ain't it the funniest thing? And I thought that was high praise indeed, and a great compliment, and had to become a song. So, I wrote this song while traveling through the Southwest. You may notice the influence permeates. You've got a heart, it's just as big as Nebraska, but it's not big as Texas or Montana or Alaska. So sometimes I feel your red-blooded anger leaves me slightly off balance in love, but in danger. And ain't it the funniest thing? Ain't it just the funniest thing? I want all the trouble that loving you brings. Darling, ain't that the funniest thing? You've got a body, it's made of tourist attractions. I'm not the only man who has that reaction, but I'd gladly fight through the long lines for you, 'cause I've never felt love so strong, so true. And ain't it the funniest thing? Ain't it just the funniest thing? How I want all the trouble that loving you brings. Darling, ain't that the funniest thing? 'Cause every day has a night, every spring has a fall. The moon has a dark side, as do we all. Now I stand here in wonder and stare into space, just loving the moon through every face. What if our love was a little less rocky? Not so much like Denver, but more like Milwaukee. I'm sure I'd still love you, but for my part, I'll take the high peaks and the wild air of your passionate heart. Ain't it the funniest thing? Ain't it just the funniest thing? I want all the trouble that loving you brings. Darling, ain't that the funniest? Ain't that the funniest? Ain't that the funniest thing?
If you're just tuning in, we're listening to the music of Dan Pelletier here on a live Homegrown Music concert here on WVIA. And Dan has just released a CD called Wild Heart Rodeo. Is that your first? No, it's not your first
No,
full
it's not
album.
my first. It's my second CD.
Mhm.
The first one was Mr. Sunshine.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Should have remembered it anyway. How long have you been writing songs?
Oh, I've been writing since I was a teenager.
Ah.
You know, it was one of those things that it wasn't something I ever tried to do, or it was something that happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you worked with Joe Giacoio for a while.
Yeah, Joe and his fellow nut job like myself,
Yeah.
yes.
Humorous songwriter sometimes. And have you been in any bands, or have you
I
primarily?
was in and out of a couple of bands. Really difficult. The first song about trying to do your thing and also have kids and a career and all that kind of stuff. Keeping a band together at the same time was just too much for me, and so I found the solo singer-songwriter thing that worked a lot better for me. I could really get out and immediately connect with my audiences and rehearse by myself when I had the time.
That helps. Who would you consider some of your principal influences?
Well, I go back to in the nearer term, the James Taylors and the Jackson Browns, and Bruce Springsteen's, the singer-songwriters of my youth, and then further back to Roger Miller, and actually even to some of the great country and western balladeers.
Oh, yeah.
Like Marty Robbins was a big favorite of mine. My father listened to all that kind of old country.
I can hear a little bit of the humorous touches of Roger Miller.
Roger Miller, yeah.
Yes.
He was a big influence, and I love Dr. Hook was another one, which is,
Oh, yeah. There's a
all
band.
the songs were written by, what's his name?
Shel Silverstein?
Shel Silverstein,
Yes,
thank
the late Shel Silverstein.
A wacky man.
Yeah, right. Great poet, too,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
illustrator.
Yes.
So, all right, well, let's have more music now from
Sure.
Dan Pelletier on
Thanks.
WVIA.
Thanks. Well, it's the easiest thing in the world to fall in love. To stay in love is a little trickier. And I think it's very easy for people to say, when they're first in love, I will love you till the day I die. I will love you forever. And not everybody really thinks it all the way through. So this song was an exercise in thinking it all the way through. You ask a simple question: how long will my love last? Here's a simple answer to make you sorry that you asked. Till I fall right down and I break my crown, or I up and drown, or they run me down till my time is through. I still love you till they put me 6 feet in the ground, till I come to grievous bodily harm, and my red hot blood's not even warm. I still love you till my day is due and my bucket's kicked, and I buy the farm till they lay those pennies on my eyes, and the neighbors gawk and my loved ones cry till my chips cashed in. I'll be loving you, love you till the day I die. Now picture there's a plane crash, and picture that I'm in it, and everybody on the plane dies. Well, I would have loved you till that minute. And imagine there's an archaeologist in about 1 million years' time. He finds a body frozen in a glacier, and that body happens to be mine. Well, using modern carbon dating methods, he traces it back to the year 2059, 8:32, 9:32 a.m. Well, I would have loved you until that time. Till I fall right down and I break my crown, or I up and drown, or they run me down till my time is through. I still love you till they put me 6 feet in the ground, till I come to grievous bodily harm, and my red hot blood's not even warm. I still love you till my day is due and my bucket's kicked, and I buy the farm till they lay those pennies on my eyes, and the neighbors gawk and my loved ones cry till my chips cashed in. I'll be loving you, love you till the day I die.
picture Armageddon. The whole earth is laid to waste, and every single soul upon it reduced to a sort of blackened, ashy paste. Confusion reigns supreme, with no one knowing what is true. Well, amidst the tears and the screams and the wailing, there would be me, loving you. Till I fall right down and I break my crown, or I up and drown, or they run me down till my time is through. I still love you till they put me 6 feet in the ground, till I come to grievous bodily harm, and my red hot blood's not even warm. I still love you till my day is due and my bucket's kicked, and I buy the farm till the big chill. I'm roadkill. They stuff me in a landfill, shock me with the paddles, but my heart is at a standstill. I'm nothing next, not and yet, no one nunca niente nil. You ask how long I love you, I tell you that I will until they lay those pennies on my eyes and the neighbors gawk and my loved ones cry. Till my chips cashed in, I'll be loving you, love you till the day I love you, till the day I love you, till the day I die.
Thank you. Well, this is this is always a favorite to do in the restaurants and the clubs and stuff, because it's a song for the waitresses, and we men have a sort of, I don't know, psychosexual connection with our waitresses. We love women who will bring us food at our command, care for us in that way. It's called omelets and hash browns. Think I will go out to the diner and flirt with Maria, though sometimes she won't give me the time of day. Still I like to hear the glasses jingle in the sink. I like the way that omelets and hash browns make me think. I like the way her apron moves when she's walking away. Even though she's busy and she hasn't much to say, I know she loves me in a way. Yes, I know she loves me in a way. I picture her, my lover, between sheets of silk. I'd tell her tales of Paris, and she'd bring me malted milk. Or she could be the customer, I bet she'd think that's none too bad. And I would take her order on my little yellow pad. She would sweetly smile and ask me, what's good today? It's all good every day. Get what you like is what I'd say, and I know she loved me in a way. Yes, I know she loved me in a way. One time on a whim, when I was feeling rather flip, I left a gold necklace with a diamond under a napkin for a tip. But I don't think she ever wore it or showed off giddy to her group, 'cause the next time I came in, I found it at the bottom of my soup. Still, I think she liked it, 'cause that night her smile beamed, and when she brought me my rice pudding, it had twice as much whipped cream. So I know she loves me in a way. Yes, I know she loves me in a way. Yes, I know she loves me
Sometimes on her break, she'll come sit down in my booth. She'll kick off her burdens. She'll kick off her shoes. She will drop her guard and look me right into the eyes and ask me pointed questions as she picks at my cold fries. One clear night she asked me, and I wish I'd answered true. If you could go anywhere, do anything, what would you do? Think I would go out to the diner and flirt with Maria, though sometimes she won't give me the time of day.
Well, I had this really good friend, a really close friend of mine, who just spent the better part of a month over in Germany playing some shows with one of the Knopfler brothers, David Knopfler, of Dire Straits fame. And she just had the greatest time and, you know, wowed the audiences over there and made me really, really, really jealous. Both of her and of Germany. They tell me you're in Germany. Lucky, lucky Germany. They tell me you won't be there till the spring. I've always loved my country. Right now I can't really see over Germany how it's got anything. And I wish that I was Dusseldorf. I wish that I was Bonn. I wish that I was anywhere that you may have gone. I wish that I was Regensburg, far across the sea. 'Cause tonight I'm New York City, just wishing I was Germany. I brought you flowers, stupid, stupid flowers. Thought that they could make it right and fine. But Heidelberg has flowers, and Munich flowers on flowers. I somehow think more beautiful than mine. And I wish I'd never met you, that I might meet you yet, and do the things I should have done, say things I should have said. I wish I was on the Bergenstrasse and you bumped into me. 'Cause tonight I'm New York City, just wishing I was Germany. You know I lit the candle
I lit the silver candle. I still can see your face there in its light. I watched the wax strip slowly as the flame flickered and faltered. I could swear I heard your voice calling in the night. And that's why I wish that I was Dusseldorf. I wish that I was Bonn. I wish that I was anywhere that you may have gone. I wish that I was Regensburg, far across the sea. 'Cause tonight I'm New York City, wishing I was Germany. Tonight I'm New York City. Tonight I'm New York City. Tonight I'm New York City, wishing I was Germany.
Well, this song has been enshrined in the Smithsonian Institution. Was inducted as part of the Fast Folk Musical Magazine series a couple years ago. When I was a kid, my dad used to always say, someday that boy is going to end up in an institution. I bought her candy, I brought her flowers, I took her dancing. We talked for hours, and for just once, my luck was holding. Every word I spoke that night was golden. Just when I thought that I'd won her over, just when I thought that she'd be my lover, just when I thought how happy we'd be, she leaned over and whispered to me, I'll give you 3 chances to make me love you. I'll give you 3 chances to get it right. I'll give you 3 chances to make me want you. And you're down 1 tonight. I emptied my savings in my checking account, cashed in my IRA for the full amount, hired a pilot, rented a plane. I flew her off to the south coast of Spain. We walked the beaches, we watched the bullfights, we danced the tango, swam in the moonlight. And as we lay by the Mediterranean side, I swore I would love her till the day that I died. Just when I thought that I'd won her over, just when I thought that she'd be my lover, just when I thought how happy we'd be, she leaned over and whispered to me, I'll give you 3 chances to make me love you. I'll give you 3 chances to get it right. I'll give you 3 chances to make me want you. And you're down 2 tonight. I searched my feelings, I racked my brain. I tried to find a way to explain. I'd shown my best, she'd seen it before.
I didn't know how I could do more. I crept to her building, waited till midnight, and stone cold naked, out in the moonlight, with a can of kerosene. In the darkened haze, I lit the street and the sidewalk ablaze. I'd shaved my body from toe to head and painted all over in bright blue and red. I dipped my hands in kerosene and set them on fire, and across the black of the night I wrote the one word, desire. I climbed the high tree outside her room. I swung my rope from the highest boom, leaped off the branch, cried out Geronimo, and swung right down to her bedroom window. I knelt down low on her bedroom floor. I was painted and singed, bleeding and sore. No matter what she said to me now, I knew I could not do more. Just when I thought that my chance was over, just when I thought that I'd lost my lover, just when I thought how lonely I'd be, she leaned over and whispered to me, I gave you 3 chances to make me love you. I gave you 3 chances to get it right. I gave you 3 chances to make me want you. And tonight, for what you've done tonight, I'll give you one more chance. Women. Partnership clapping over here. This is great. Team clapping. Well, this is a sort of vaguely political song, and this is, I don't know if you know, this is a political season. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you are a swing state. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote. I don't think that's my place, but blow, 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 blow. But get out and vote. Walking alone on the streets outside of Reno, I just lost my life savings on the slot machines in the Keno. An eerie sound from above gave me such a terrible fright. I was lifted up to their spaceship in a beam of hazy blue light. They said, take us to your master, we expect a grand reception. I said, I'm a slave to no man. They said, well, you must be the exception. So they dressed me up in purple robes of incalculable worth, stuck in a few of their probes, and declared me the king of the earth, having tea and coffee with the aliens. They're all 8 feet tall and they are all my friends. We chat as they perform their experiments, having tea and coffee with the aliens. Well, they offered me free samples of exotic foods and spices, futuristic weapons and labor-saving devices. Said if I had goods to trade, they could always get more. They were just intergalactic door-to-door salesmen with their foot in my door. Well, they wanted to buy the White House, and would I represent them? The White House is a precious piece of history and a national treasure and is not for sale, I said. So they said, well, it must be the exception. So I sold them 1600 Penn Avenue for a blarg and 2 tenths. It's gonna be interesting when they go to move in there in a few months, having tea and coffee with the aliens. They're all 8 feet tall and they are all my friends. We chat as they perform their experiments, having tea and coffee with the aliens. They expounded on science and philosophy with their radical theories, how to create a perpetual motion machine, how the Red Sox could win the World Series, how men and women could live happily forever and ever and ever. really is quite easy to see. As long as they don't live together, having tea and coffee with the aliens. They're all 8 feet tall and they're all my friends. We chat as they perform their experiments, having tea and coffee with the aliens. Well, I said, you're obviously quite advanced, so what do you want from me? They said, we ruined our own planet, though we have a bustling economy. So we've come for your natural resources, your water, your land, and your air. But we've set aside some nice reservations. We're sure you'll be quite happy there. And I said, with your intellect and culture, surely you could have planned for your planet's protection. They said it's like this all over the universe, and I thought that we might have been the exception. So I gathered what's left of our culture, so the kids could remember what was. 24 issues of People and Glamour, 2 gallons Big Mac special sauce. This season's lineup of must-see TV, and the hood ornament from a Jeep Cherokee. And they bundled me off to the desert in the Badlands of New Mexico, an uninhabitable stretch of sun-ravaged wasteland already occupied by a few hundred Navajo. And I thought of my beautiful country as my angry and homesick blood boiled. What kind of creatures could come and take over and ruin my beautiful world? Having tea and coffee with the aliens. They're all just like us and they're all my friends. We chat as they perform their experiments, having tea and coffee with the aliens. Tea and coffee with the aliens. Tea and coffee with the aliens.
Well, thanks again for coming out. Thanks again to George Graham and WVIA and everyone involved tonight.
I got our credit report in mailbox today. The bank turned down the mortgage, so it was free to send away. And I thought I'd sit down and see what this thing might say. It's amazing what they got here, like they remembered every day. Like back in 1982, when we could not pay the rent, $800 for a wedding, then the money all was spent. In 86 there was a baby, 2 car payments missed, but that was the most beautiful cradle you and I could not resist. And there's the 3 months when you left me, when I didn't pay a thing. And there's the 6 months of trouble when you said, quit your job and sing. They say they're listing all my credits, but it's my debits that they show. You got my whole life down on paper, but what do they really know? Does it say down there somewhere how we always paid our bills through all our trials and all our troubles? Always have and always will. And every fee and every late charge, through whatever life might bring, we never asked for help or handouts, never asked for one damn thing. And they say they're listing all my credits, but it's my debits that they show. They get my whole life down on paper, but what do they really know? In 1990, legal trouble for the business that we tried. In 94, your dad got a decent funeral when he died. In 1995, that was our famous trip to France. 'Cause in every life, you've got to take one grand romantic chance. So they won't give their damn money. Find another bank that will. We'll pay a little more in interest, but it'll just be one more bill. We'll struggle like we always do, like we will forevermore. At least we know it's quite a life we made late payments for. They say they're listing all my credits, but it's my debits that they show. They got my whole life down on paper. What do they really know?
Dan Pelletier here on WVIA. Now you know why I'm so enthusiastic about his music. Great storyteller in song. Thank you so much, Dan. Dan has CDs available, one of which is called Wild Heart Rodeo. That's what it is, Wild Heart Rodeo. And I think it's Hudson Valley Music. Come on, Dan, out for a sec here while you can tell us about your web, where you can get your music. I think it's Hudson Valley Music, is it? Hudson Valley Records, HudsonValleyRecords.com. So you can go to that and. Okay, Dan Pelletier, Pelletier.com. Thank you, Dan, for a wonderful set. Well, we're going to take an intermission break, bring you a little preview of forthcoming music on our Homegrown Music Concert Series, and be back with Aztec Two-Step for a live Homegrown Music Concert. We'll also check with Steve Krowitz and see how we're doing on our on-air radio fundraising drive, and then we'll be back with more live music here on WVIA.